Liverpool faces a real and growing concern: the potential departure of Trent Alexander-Arnold at the end of the season. The Reds' idol, who is currently 26 years old, is about to enter the final year of his contract, and so far, negotiations for a renewal have not advanced. The fear at Anfield is that he could leave the club for free in the summer of 2025, and there is a strong candidate for his signing: Real Madrid. The Spanish giants are closely monitoring the situation and see Trent as a strategic reinforcement to further elevate the team's level. In addition to the prestige of playing at the Santiago Bernabeu, the Spanish club would be able to offer much higher wages and a tempting signing bonus, something that could make the right-back reconsider his continuation in the Premier League. If that happens, it will mark the end of an era at Liverpool, and the club will need to act quickly to avoid a significant gap in the defensive sector. Although Alexander-Arnold is one of the team's pillars, Liverpool has Conor Bradley as his main substitute. The young talent from Northern Ireland has already shown his quality, but he has struggled with injuries throughout the season, raising doubts about his durability to take on the role of a regular starter. Given this scenario, Sporting Director Richard Hughes and coach Arne Slot know that strengthening the right-back position will be a key mission if Trent does indeed leave. In recent weeks, several names have been speculated in Merseyside, including Wesley França, Luciano Geertruida, and Jeremy Frimpong. However, one player in particular has gained traction in internal discussions: Van der Sar from Monaco. The 23-year-old Brazilian, who plays for the Principality club, has caught the attention of European giants due to his versatility, attacking strength, and defensive solidity. In the current League One season, Van der Sar has already contributed 1 goal and 2 assists, and his impressive performances have sparked the Reds' interest. However, there is a significant obstacle in the way: Barcelona. According to journalist Uriel Jugt, the right-back is on Barcelona's target list for next season. Additionally, coach Hansi Flick is said to have given the green light for the Catalan club to advance negotiations. This makes the situation even more complicated for Liverpool, who may see yet another target slip through their fingers. The search for a quality reinforcement for the position becomes even more urgent, as Barcelona may negotiate Jules Koundé, creating room for Van der Sar to take on the starting role. The Brazilian's contract with Monaco runs until 2028, meaning that a deal will not come cheap. But if the Reds want to secure him, they will need to act quickly before Barcelona takes the upper hand. Liverpool's management knows they cannot wait too long to resolve Trent Alexander-Arnold's situation. If they cannot convince him to renew, the replacement must be precise and fast. Real Madrid's interest adds to the pressure, and Barcelona's competition for Van der Sar makes everything even more complicated. If Liverpool loses Trent and cannot secure Van der Sar, they will need to explore new alternatives in the market to avoid a huge gap in such a strategic position. Arne Slot and the management have a tough mission ahead to prevent this transfer window from marking the beginning of a turbulent phase for the club. Liverpool is already dealing with enough headaches with the possible departure of Trent Alexander-Arnold, but at least they can celebrate a major behind-the-scenes success. They avoided a catastrophic mistake that could have cost them £73 million. While the Reds fight to keep one of their biggest idols and search for top-tier replacements, the club can breathe a sigh of relief when remembering a deal that, fortunately, never materialised, and could have been a financial and sporting disaster. In 2021, Liverpool came very close to signing Jadon Sancho, seen as a potential successor to Mohamed Salah. The English winger was thriving at Borussia Dortmund, racking up 33, 40 and 36 goal contributions in the 3 previous seasons, attracting interest from Europe's biggest clubs. The plan seemed perfect: bring in a young star to secure the team's attacking future. However, Manchester United moved faster and splashed £73 million on the forward, prying him away from the Bundesliga to Old Trafford. What initially seemed like a masterstroke for the Red Devils quickly turned into a colossal failure. What followed after his transfer was nothing short of a nightmare. The adaptation never happened. His performance plummeted, and in 3 years, Sancho scored only 9 goals in 58 appearances. If that wasn't bad enough, the issues extended beyond the pitch. The player publicly clashed with United manager Erik ten Hag and was sidelined due to disciplinary and behavioural concerns. With the relationship between the player and club completely broken, Sancho was loaned back to Borussia Dortmund for the second half of the 2023-24 season. And despite helping the German side reach the Champions League final, it wasn't enough to salvage his career in England. The following summer, he was loaned out again, this time to Chelsea, with a buy option clause set between £20 million and £25 million for the end of the season. But things didn't improve. Despite a promising start with 3 assists in his first 3 Premier League games, Sancho struggled with consistency and only scored 2 goals throughout the entire season. Now, Chelsea finds itself at a crossroads. To avoid signing him permanently, they would have to pay Manchester United £5 million, putting the Blues in a tricky spot in the transfer market. Had Liverpool gone ahead with the Sancho signing in 2021, they could have found themselves in a similar mess, but the club made a far smarter decision. Instead of splashing a fortune on the English winger, the Reds pursued cheaper and more effective alternatives, which became crucial to the team's success in recent years. The first major win came with Luis Diaz, signed from Porto for an initial £37 million in January 2022. The Colombian quickly adapted to the Premier League and has already racked up 25 league goals in 95 appearances, playing a key role both under Jurgen Klopp and now under Arne Slot. Another masterstroke was the arrival of Cody Gakpo, signed from PSV Eindhoven for £35 million in December 2022. The Dutchman has showcased his versatility by playing both as a left winger and a centre forward, and the numbers speak for themselves: 16 goals this season and 5 assists. Moreover, his absence was deeply felt when he missed several weeks due to an ankle injury. The great irony? Together, Diaz and Gakpo cost nearly the same as what Manchester United paid for Sancho, and both have been instrumental in Liverpool's success. While Sancho struggles to find his place in English football, the Reds' signings have helped the club compete for titles and remain a Premier League powerhouse. If there's one clear takeaway from this whole saga, it's that Liverpool not only dodged a multi-million-pound disaster, but also emerged ahead with smarter and more efficient signings. The result? A more competitive, dynamic team ready to keep fighting at the top. Liverpool can celebrate avoiding a disaster with Sancho, but not everything is good news at Anfield. The potential departure of Trent Alexander-Arnold is already causing concern, and he's not the only key name who could leave the club. Imagine a Liverpool without Van Dijk, without Trent, and without Salah. How would the team cope? What changes would be necessary? If you want to know what could happen if these 3 legends leave the Reds, click on the card next to this video and discover the devastating impact this could have on Liverpool's future.